This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, Mataura suffers through a water shortage in the midst of a heat wave. A Queenstown resident launches a petition calling for a ban on freedom campers in public reserves. And Otago gets behind a scheme to rid New Zealand of wildlife-threatening pests by 2050. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. In the midst of a heatwave in the south, Southland town Mataura has been suffering through a water shortage after a significant drawdown of water from its main water source. The level at the reservoir reached a low of 45% on Sunday afternoon, and a possible leak in the network could be to blame. Sharon Rees has more.
The promise of rain forecast for the south went undelivered today as a heatwave continues in Southland and Otago. And despite these ominous-looking clouds hanging over Matoda this afternoon, not a drop of rain eased the pressure on residents who face Level 4 water restrictions for the foreseeable future. The Gore District Council announced on Monday the town's reservoir had dropped to critical levels and are investigating the possibility of a major leak in the network. With the town's main water source, the Plura Dam, dropping to an extremely low level, the council will have to continue pumping water from the Matoda River to supplement the water supply. While the river water is safe to drink, there have been taste issues in the past, and to make sure residents have drinking water, a water tanker has been placed outside the Matoda Service Centre. Gore District Council 3 Waters Asset Manager Matt Bayliss, who was not available for comment today, said in a press release the water taken from the Matoda River, combined with residents conserving water, has enabled the reservoir to recover, but they're not out of the woods yet. The Level 4 water restrictions on the town mean there is a total ban on unattended hoses, sprinklers and garden irrigation systems, leaving the ground cracked and the grass dry. The council expects to have a clearer picture on Friday when Detection Services is due to finish surveying the town. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
Police are investigating an attack on a kitten in Gore after it was burnt on Tuesday morning. The 4-month-old kitten called Hazel sustained burns to her face and body. Hazel was now back home with her family and was expected to make a full recovery, police said. They added they do not tolerate cruelty to animals and are taking the matter very seriously. Gore Police would like to hear from anyone who saw anything suspicious on Sword Street on Tuesday morning or midday. A Queenstown resident has launched a petition calling for a ban on freedom campers in public reserves. Justine Farquharson of Lake Hayes Estate told the South Today she hopes to put pressure on local government to solve the problem. She says freedom campers are ruining public reserves and pushing lake users away due to litter and overcrowding. Mena Amso has the story.
Lake Hayes Estate resident Justine Farquharson feels sad as she wanders around Lake Hayes Reserve near Queenstown and spots little, dirty and smelly toilet tissue paper on the grass. She usually comes here with her kids, but not so much this summer.
The atmosphere has changed and it has reached a point where it's almost unsanitary for kids to climb the trees, to walk in the bushes, and I think that's sad for any community in any country.
She's getting more frustrated with freedom campers not playing by the rules. She says it's getting out of control.
There is toilet paper in the trees over there, and it's not just the toilet paper, it is actually, it smells.
Farquharson posted a message on a Facebook page recently asking residents to start a petition and maybe put pressure to pause freedom camping in the resort.
We should be finding the solutions first, as opposed to chasing our tail and trying to deal with the problem.
While Queenstown-born Kiwi Denny Bevan says he rides his bike elsewhere now and feels foreign in his own backyard.
It's open to discussion, you know, like again a ban is quite a harsh thing, but we need to implement some changes quickly.
He believes placing a short-term ban on Freedom campers would allow for local and central government to catch up on infrastructure and how it's rolled out. Not all Freedom campers in the area were aware of the self-contained restriction.
Fair, I didn't know that this was only self-contained. I thought it was camping because I knew there was toilets and stuff there. So when we turned up last night and then we were like, oh, I know you're probably supposed to be self-contained. Oh well, there's those people, we're going to be back at like, might leave in the morning.
Justine likes for Queenstown to lead by example of being a clean, green environment. She's calling out on Queenstown residents to volunteer and sign the petition. Mina Amso, The South Today.
Former Dunedin MP Pete Hodgson has been appointed an advisory group to provide advice to the Dunedin Hospital Rebuild project. The advisory group will include representatives from Ngāi Tahu and local government, but local mayors are concerned that the needs of the wider region may not be heard. Both Waitaki Mayor Gary Kircher and Central Otago Mayor Tim Cardigan are asking Hodgson to remember the hospital is to service Otago and not just Dunedin. The project is said to be about 6 times what it cost to build Dunedin's Forsyth Bar Stadium. The University of Otago is uncertain about how much support the new government will put behind the Predator Free 2050 campaign. Researcher Dr Mary McIntyre says the program is on hold in Otago until financial backing is secured.
The University of Otago is throwing its support behind a predator-free New Zealand. Researcher Dr Mary McIntyre says the campaign to rid New Zealand of rats and possums will have major benefits for plants, animals and human health.
By getting rid of these animals, you're getting rid of a major reservoir of human infections.
Eradicating possums, rats and stoats could also have the additional benefit of removing the need to use 1080 poison for pest control. The previous national government promised 69 million more in funding over the next 4 years towards predator-free goals.
It hasn't been rolled out yet, but there's been a lot of work done in developing techniques and in trying to get funding for it. The previous government made a policy of it. We don't know what the present government are doing.
This year, 2 or 3 predator-free projects from across New Zealand will receive a third of the total costs for Predator Free 2050. 45 applications have been made from around the country and 7 have been selected to proceed to the next stage. Rosella Bone, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, the Ranfurly woman who stole more than $25,000 from her employer is sentenced, and the government confirms tax relief is available for farmers affected by current drought conditions.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air.
They're part of the family, and like us, their health begins with what they eat too. So give them Radical Dog, made in New Zealand from all natural ingredients and real tart cherries, so it's high in antioxidants. It's a 3-in-1 superfood, giving them energy, flexibility and a healthy coat. With no fillers or nasty preservatives, they love them. It's the treat that can work wonders on every dog, no matter what their breed, age or health. Radical Dog, the new generation in dog food.
While you're relaxing this holiday season, Ready Lawn is available to help you with your lawn needs, big or small. We work so you don't have to. Call Ready Lawn today.
Gillian's Care. They care for loved ones, families, friends and our community. At a time of bereavement, care and support makes all the difference, and Gillian's know this. They're here for you when you need it most. From advanced funeral planning to a service for your loved one, Gillian's will guide and assist you with your individual choices. Their legendary attention to detail and passion to get it right are second to none. Gillian's, caring for families in our communities since 1962.
Hi, I'm Dennis Charlotte, and road racing motorcycles is my lifetime passion. It's a massive adrenaline rush, but the high-speed crashes have been tough on the body over the years. I almost felt as old as my mate Ian.
Sportsval, supporting tendons, ligaments and cartilage. And Energy Plus helps replace the energy that everyday living takes away.
Now I feel more alive and have more sustained energy to really enjoy my racing.
Buy 2 packs of Sportsville and get 2 packs of Energy Plus absolutely free. So call now 0800 502 402.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
University of Otago. Usually the atmosphere is charged with the energy of student life. But this week is the week before exams.
Hey, Tane. Not now, man. I'm panicking. Come on, mate. I know just what you need. In here? No. Is this it? No. This is the place to ease your stress.
Hey, Tane. Fancy a little cuddle?
Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician, for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Calling all Otago superheroes, the 2018 Relay for Life needs your team. On March 17 and 18, the relay teams will join together to create one of the most inspiring events, helping not only to raise funds but also to remember those who have fallen to cancer or are struggling with it. To register your team, simply go to the website and sign on, then start fundraising. It's about celebrating, remembering and fighting back. Be a superhero and register now at relayforlife.org.nz.
Welcome back. A Ranfurly woman who stole from her place of work was sentenced at Alexandra District Court today. 47-year-old Gina Marie Spooner stole more than $25,000 worth of cash and product from the Maniatoto 4 Square over a 2-year period. As well as being sentenced to 7 months home detention and 250 hours community work, she was also ordered to pay $11,000 in insurance reparation. Additionally, Spooner is instructed to make a public apology and write formal apologies to the store owners and affected customers. The government has confirmed tax relief is available for farmers who are experiencing hardship in drought conditions, but there are some regions of the country which aren't in an official drought yet.
Many parts of New Zealand are officially in a drought, and farmers are being offered tax relief by the government. However, the Agriculture Ministry says where the Otago and Southland areas aren't technically in a period of drought yet, southern farmers can't yet apply for government aid. Scenes like this in the Cardrona River are similar in other areas of the south, with the hot, dry summer strangling waterways. Kyburn reached record low levels in December, and the Kakanui River has recorded record low flows. In answer to questions from the South today, the Revenue Ministry says tax relief applies to areas where the drought has been formally declared as an adverse event, which has not yet happened in the Otago Southland area, although the Minister of Agriculture, Damien O'Connor, says his officials are closely monitoring the situation. The Agriculture Minister is encouraging farmers and growers to get in touch with their local Rural Support Trust if they're struggling. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
A controlled area notice has been announced in part of Fiordland in an attempt to stop the spread of an invasive seaweed. Environment Southland announced the controlled area with Breaksea Sound last month to reduce the spread of the Asian seaweed Undaria. Sharon Rees has more.
Often referred to as the gorse of the sea, Undaria has the potential to significantly damage a unique area of Fiordland. Environment Southland and the Department of Conservation have been attempting to eradicate the Asian kelp from Breaksea Sound since 2010, but a delimiting survey carried out last year showed it was widespread in the area, prompting a controlled area notice late last year.
Because it's such an invasive plant, could actually damage the unique marine ecosystems in Fiordland, particularly the really high value aspects of it like the red and black corals. Because it was so well established, we really had to give up on the eradication or elimination idea. So now we're faced with trying to prevent further spread within the Breaksea Sound area and obviously to prevent it getting into other fjords.
The controlled area covers a large portion of Breaksea Sound, including Beach Harbour and Sunday Cove, where the plant was originally found. Restrictions on the controlled area include a maximum mooring duration of 48 hours, with no anchoring permitted, and no marine equipment may be transported out of the area.
The whole idea of the controlled area, which is about 6 or so kilometres long and about a kilometre wide, where this infestation is found, is to prevent people from spending any more than a very short period of time there, to reduce the risk of them picking up this weed and moving it to other places.
And he said anyone not complying with the restrictions could face serious consequences.
We may require them to have their vessel cleaned in situ. In other words, we'd have to bring in equipment to treat the vessel in situ if it was really serious, at their expense. We would probably require them to leave the Fiordland area and not come back until their vessel was clean. And then, of course, if the worst came to the worst, you'd have options for prosecution.
Environment Southland are also battling the natural spread of Undaria through currents and tides, and will be meeting with scientists from Otago University later this month to discuss means of preventing the spread. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
After heavy rains lashed much of the northern South Island, the sun came out again in time for horse races earlier this week in Reefton. Paul McBride joined the crowds.
The West Coast New Year racing circuit concluded with the running of the Reefton Jockey Club's meeting at Reefton on Tuesday. The popular 4-day circuit was cut short this year due to the Gamara Racing Club forced to abandon their Gold Nuggets meeting on Saturday, and the Westland Racing Club also forced to abandon their meeting at Hokitika last Wednesday due to heavy rain making track conditions unsafe. The weather at Reefton was fine, the track conditions were perfect, and the racing was of a high standard. Patrons on course enjoyed the day out, concluding what has been a disappointing circuit for West Coast racegoers. This is Paul McBride for The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, a large traffic light plant has been found growing near Cargill's Castle.
(135) Cumberland Street is a brand new, recently listed Category 1 heritage building right in Dunedin's warehouse precinct. Only a short walk to the Opticon in the central city. These are warm, well-insulated, self-contained apartments with all you need for a short or long stay. With beautiful views onto the harbour, these Airbnbs at 135 Cumberland Street come highly recommended for your stay in Dunedin.
Hi, I'm Dennis Charlotte, and road racing motorcycles is my lifetime passion. It's a massive adrenaline rush, but the high-speed crashes have been tough on the body over the years. I almost felt as old as my mate Ian.
Sportsval, supporting tendons, ligaments and cartilage. And Energy Plus helps replace the energy that everyday living takes away.
Now I feel more alive and have more sustained energy to really enjoy my racing.
Buy 2 packs of Sportsval and get 2 packs of Energy Plus absolutely free. So call now, 0800 502 402.
While you're relaxing this holiday season, Ready Lawn is available to help you with your lawn needs, big or small. We work so you don't have to. Call Ready Lawn today.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Gillian's Care. They care for loved ones, families, friends and our community. At a time of bereavement, care and support makes all the difference, and Gillians know this. They're here for you when you need it most. From advanced funeral planning to a service for your loved one, Gillians will guide and assist you with your individual choices. Their legendary attention to detail and passion to get it right are second to none. Gillians, caring for families in our communities since 1962.
Active Interior Design in Mornington are the curtain and blind experts. The team can even advise you on outdoor products like awnings and umbrellas and will ensure that everything is perfect. For interior design with flair, call Active to book your free in-home consultation or call into the showroom in Mornington.
equipping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician, for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
Loss of collagen is the reason for those fine lines and wrinkles. Silberhorn's Collagen Plus naturally supports your collagen levels, giving you younger, firmer looking skin, healthier, shinier hair and stronger nails. Joints, tendons, ligaments and cartilage all benefit from healthy collagen levels, the very foundation of structural health. Support collagen levels naturally with Collagen Plus by Silberhorn. Be quick, buy one now and get a second pack half price. Call now 0800 502 402.
Thanks for staying with us. A large triffid-like plant has been found growing near Cargill's Castle. Dunedin City Council Botanical Services Officer Tom Myers says the plant is called Echium candicans, or Pride of Madeira, which has been affected by a relatively rare mutation known as fasciation, rendering it almost unrecognisable from its usual appearance. St Clair resident Paul Martin and his family discovered the plant during a walk in the area recently. Martin says there were other plants growing nearby with the same leaves, but this one looked very different in terms of size and its structure. Preparations for the second annual South Dunedin Busking Festival are well underway. Organisers say the prize pool for entertainers wishing to be judged on their performance has increased since last year.
Last year, South Dunedin hosted the inaugural Busking Festival, which featured many performers across a handful of stages. Organisers say it was such a success they've decided to do it again, and those wanting to enter the fray should do so now.
When it is Saturday the 24th of February, it's the last Saturday in February, and the entry forms are on the southdunedin.org.nz website.
Craig Waterhouse says last year's event went so well, the team are keen to do it again, and the event should be a colourful occasion.
To see 8 stages on street frontage, the shop frontages, where there will be people performing for a 20-minute slot once every half hour, between 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Fellow organising team member Paul Allen says many of the people who competed last year have gone on to bigger and brighter things.
So we've had people performing like Trent Hawthorne, who's in the Busking Festival last year, who's gone on to perform at Vocal Street Party, do some a lot of stuff around town, which he's doing. His confidence has grown and done some amazing stuff. One guy, Matt, who went to Ireland to perform. He's playing the recorder, and they're doing some amazing stuff there as well. And a number of other acts, so Valley Bluegrass involved, and all sorts of people.
The day's events are due to conclude with a prize giving at the Dunedin Gasworks Museum beginning at 2:30 p.m. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. Water levels at the Matara Reservoir reached a low of 45% on Sunday afternoon, leaving the town facing a severe water shortage. Queenstown resident Justine Farquharson says freedom campers are ruining public reserves and pushing lake users away due to litter and overcrowding. And the University of Otago is uncertain about how much support the new government is putting behind the Predator Free 2050 campaign. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Phil Somerville. What have you got for us tomorrow,
hi,
Phil?
Melissa. Well, Illustrations editor Stephen Jackery was out today and took a picture of this pot of orcas near the harbour entrance. See, one of them's with a spout in action, so apparently it's quite unusual to have such a group of orca so close to the close to town. Isn't it marvellous?
Yeah, it's a fantastic shot, that one.
Beautiful city and beautiful harbour.
Wonderful, thank you.
Sorry?
I just wanted that's a wonderful shot.
Yes. Now, talking about the port, we talked to the port company today, and they're talking seriously about their plans to get the trucks off the road, more use of rail and so on, and maybe the logs, get them shipped from in town, which would require some more dredging. So look for that story. Up in Central Court, the judge today sent 7 people home to get changed after they turned up in jandals and shorts. He didn't think that was appropriate for the court, so look for that story. There was another story about a woman in Ranfurly who took $25,000 from her employer, the local store, and also from long-term friends and people she'd known for many years. So that's a sad story from the Maniatoto.
Yeah, it's such a small community too.
Yeah,
that would have really rocked.
That would be
community.
very hard. And on a sad story front, the reporters talked to the family of the young kitten that was burnt in Gore, and the family, of course, can't understand how someone could do something like that.
No, I don't think any of us can.
No. On a much brighter note, the Magic Moments series has really been going well. Lots of readers have been sending in bright holiday pictures, and tomorrow the series is nearly finished, and there's been lots and lots of pictures, and tomorrow we're going to run a second page of pictures to try and catch up on many of the good pictures that have missed out so far. So hopefully we can get some more in for the rest of the week, and then the competition will be over, and I'm sure many readers have enjoyed seeing lots of families and lots of other people at play around the province and around Otago and Southland.
Well, you've got to make the most of this sun, and they're beautiful photos too. It really lifts the paper. Lovely, thanks for that, Phil. And now it's time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Silberhorn Sportsfell.
Starting with today's southern view, taken of a seagull enjoying the view. Looking at the situation, a ridge of high pressure will bring a sunnier and calmer day tomorrow before another weakening cold front approaches on Saturday and decays on Sunday. To the southern outlook, Balclutha, Catlins, Gore and Lumsden, you all have light winds, fine and 20 degrees for all of you. To the central outlook, Alexandra, you are in for light winds, fine and 22 degrees. Wanaka and Queenstown, you're the same with light winds, fine and a slightly cooler 21 and 20 degrees. Tiana, you have moderate westerlies, fine and 18 degrees for you. To the northern outlook, Oamaru and Timaru, you both have light winds, fine and 19 degrees. Oamaru and Twizel, you're the same with light winds, fine and 21 degrees. Here in Dunedin tonight, rain clearing with an overnight low of 13 degrees. Tomorrow, cloud breaking and sunny periods developing during the afternoon with breezy northeasterly winds, 18 and 14, and warmer on Saturday with sunny periods and high cloud and moderate northerlies, 24 and 15 degrees. And in Invercargill tonight, showers clearing with an overnight low of 11 degrees. Tomorrow mostly fine and sunny tomorrow with light northerly winds, 18 and 13. And milder northwesterlies freshening on Saturday with cloud increasing, 24 and 14 degrees. And that's our news for this Thursday. For the latest news from the southern region, you can follow us on Facebook and at channel39.co.nz. I hope you all have a great evening. Take care. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.